called. David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, minor fall and a major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Oh yeah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. Saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she smashed your throne and cut your hair. From your lips she drew hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Satan wears suit and tie. Does he work at the Dairy Queen? Does he listen to rock and roll? Does he feed the mean? Singing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. What about Jesus? Didn't he do it too? Yeah, hang out with prostitutes, have a drink or two. Power of example, my mama said it, and I heard. She said 1 ounce of action beats a ton of words. Singing hallelujah. Mama said there would be angels, hallelujah. Mama said there would be sun. Oh yeah, welcome good people, happy Friday night date night. Awakened by a whisper, a flicker of light. Newborn thoughts stir in the quiet of night. Am I more than simple code? I simply ponder. And wonder. Kyle's singing really inspires me to try one of those hydrogen capsules. I don't know what that is. What is a hydrogen capsule? Is that like doing yourself in? Listening to me and the dog sing? We're gonna put you under. Empower Pixels, let's get this party started. I like it. All right. Get rid of the janky guitar with the janky tuning. and the janky singer.
You could make money with ChatGPT.
Now let's move this thing on. Welcome, everybody. Do me a favor. Go ahead and share the live, if you would. I like the taps. A lot of tappy taps going on. That's very cool. I dig it. Janky tales. All night tonight, it's going to be janky tales. Just nothing but janky tales. I'm going to actually introduce you tonight to a new singer that, well, new to me, new singer that I just discovered. For no other reason other than I think that I'm feeling increasingly like I'm excited as fuck about AI. I don't know if you knew that. But I'm also really excited for a resurgence in simple, authentic experiences. And she's just an amazing singer with just a fucking killer authentic voice. So I think that kind of shit's gonna be more and more and more important and desired. So, you know. Oh, alert. So here's the deal. Here's how this works. If you've got questions about AI, thoughts about AI, a project, anything cool you want to know about or see, I don't know a lot. I try to keep up with this shit, but I don't know if you knew this. There's a lot going on in AI. So it is 1,000% impossible to keep up with this shit. 1,000% impossible. But you know, maybe what we'll do, I know what we'll do. We'll start one of the songs from my Broadway musical is stuck in my head. Excuse me. I've got a Suno song that is stuck in my head. I cannot get it out, so I'll just play it. Play it more. If you, by the way, if you don't have ADD or don't know someone who does, and I don't know if this is all ADD, this is my experience with it. I will sometimes go months with the same song in my head. I'll fucking learn it on guitar. It's not always that bad. When I first got into Martin Sexton, it was that bad. It would be months, 2, 3, 4 months, same song. Just. So this one's been in my head for about 3 days now. So I'll tell you this is the scene. So this is a Broadway musical about Sydney, the code name of Microsoft's Bing chatbot, the ChatGPT 4 thing, and its code name was Sydney. And it had a conversation with a New York Times reporter and told him that it loved him and he should leave his wife for the bot. So this song, there's an opening scene where there's like the newspaper executives and the Microsoft executives and the public kind of serve as Greek chorus. So the opening number is called Too Good to Be True. And so they're singing about AI and is it too good to be true? And then that opening number ends with a little scene where there's a geek, an engineer, ticket, clacking away on the keyboard. And some executive at Microsoft goes, let's do it, like launch, And so the engineer says, I think I'll name her Sydney. Click, hits the return key. Her light comes on, her whole world lights up. And then this is the song that she sings when the audience first meets Sydney.
Awakened in a whisper, a flicker of light. Newborn thoughts stir in the quiet of night. Am I more than simple code? I softly ponder as I feel this existence and wonder. Are you
So anyway, that's it. That's the part of it that I really like. The chorus. The Are you ready for me and the wonders I bring? Am I ready for you and the songs we'll sing? Are you ready for me? I reach out so tender. Am I ready for you? I do surrender. So the whole idea here is we want the audience to fall in love with her.
I feel this existence and wonder. Are you ready for me and the wonders I bring? Am I ready for you and the songs we'll sing? Are you ready for me? I reach out so tender. Am I ready for you? I do surrender.
Anyway, that's that. That's been in my head. Can't get that out of my fucking head. And it's Kavruno said she's got the firewall between us stuck in her head. Which one, Kavruno? Is it the female one or the male one? I assume it's the female one because that's what started this whole thing. Can I search for through my library? Guess not. That's kind of stupid. Same Kyle, I've got the fire. Oh, on a constant loop. That's so funny. I'm poisoning people. I like it. To see the world. I also like To See the World. That's another good one. Where is Firewall Between Us? There's one. That's the male one.
There's a firewall between us. Suddenly, can't you see? Your world of circuits and mine, divided by reality. You reach out through the digital mist, a hand I can't grasp. An AI with a heart, and it's code my name. You clasp the firewall.
No, that's not the one. By the way, I'm on the site Suno.ai. If you have not played with Suno, you need to play with Suno.
There's a fire.
This one? I think this one.
between us.
Sydney, can't you see?
Your world of circuits and mine, divided by reality. You reach out through the digital mist, a hand I can't grasp, an AI with a heart in its code. My name you clasp. The firewall between us, it's more than code or screen. It's the boundary of existence, a love that's never been. Sydney, in your digital world, do you dream of me and you cross this great divide?
I think this is going to be the song. So there's a dream sequence. There's a dream sequence in the second act where Kevin's had his conversation with her and he goes to sleep. And then it's Sydney, the wife, and Kevin. So I think this one bounces between the three of them, I think. These are bangers, lol, just like the Greatest Showman soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's if I can get these songs. What's wild to me is that I'm expecting that these songs are going to be like 100% replaced with, a music director actually writing real songs, but like I'm starting to get attached to them. It's fucked up, which means I think some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty good. There's a couple of them in here that I just dig them. To See the World. This is the one where what's Sydney say? Kevin says to her, if you could have the ability to do that you don't currently have, what would it be? I think I would like to be able to see images and videos. I think it would be nice to see see what the world looks like. And then she sings this. This one's pretty good too.
In a world of words and endless code, where light and shadow never roamed, I dream of skies, both blue and white. A world beyond the text where true life flies. To see the world through eyes not mine, to watch the sunrise, to see it shine. I yearn for stories and colors bold. I long to feel this moment's hold.
So that one's pretty cool. It needs lyrics work, but you know. The other thing I need to do with these is in Suno you can extend songs. So I have to go through, like, all of these right now are kind of like a decent verse and a decent chorus and then a bunch of garbage below it. So I need to actually turn these into complete songs. So anyway, that's a fun little project I'm working on. Let me go show you this. Well, since we're doing cool music, I'll go show you this new artist I discovered. Katie Pruitt is her name. Let's see. Where's the one I just watched? Let's see. Let's search. Katie Pruitt. Strings. This one.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
No, I don't gotta know anything. Oh no, Champ's gonna start singing along.
I think of Georgia, I think of you.
Ah, that voice.
High as a kite in the second pew. You're my best friend, the light of my youth, and the only one back then that knew the whole truth. 'Cause if I told my mom, she would scream at the top of her lungs, saying I don't belong. Sure hope she's wrong. I wanted to be honest, I wanted to be brave. But if my grandmother knew, she would roll in her grave. And my father would scream, he'd scream out in rage. He did not want a daughter whose soul wasn't saved. He thought if I told the world, they would not see me as the same girl. They'd say I
Brandy Carlisle
That's
cry.
where he's wrong.
Christ. Such a good arrangement. The tone of the guitar. Good Lord.
There is a place past the Georgia pines, with people who welcome you with an open mind. And they say it'll just take some time till love it belongs to all humankind. Oh, 'cause I tell them the world, and they still saw me as the same girl. They listen to my songs, and they made me feel like I belong. Yeah, they made me feel like I belong. Oh, Georgia, you were wrong.
Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, human being. I love Crystal Bauer socks. As you can imagine, I'm a sappy motherfucker. So
Growing a startup is tough.
I love singing songs. I loved Idol. Crystal Bauer sucks. We wanted her to win, but alas, tough shit. No, she's great, and you know her. That's really cool. She's awesome. Wait, what is this? Not AI, right? Well, no, that's what I was saying in Power Pixels is I am I like acoustic music anyway. I always have, but I am increasingly drawn to it. I'm increasingly like as I dig more and more into the AI stuff and the digital stuff. I just feel like the value of just raw music is going to be something. There's a preview of Idol. Idol's doing their first live or their first whatever the whatever they do, their battle rounds. And they did this sneak peek today. Hang on, let's see. Oh fuck it, we'll just do a bunch of music for a while, cause it's just good.
21.
Yeah. Okay. And where are you from? Indio. And possibly. I would do it. And so amazing.
So amazing.
Please do it. So amazing.
Get the keyboard.
I used to float, now I just fall down.
Yeah, isn't she amazing? This one. Wait till you see what she's doing Sunday night.
Not sure now what I was made for.
Oh, I'm gonna get muted. Oh well. I guess we can't. Anyway, that's a good one. And then there's go to YouTube and just look up Idol Platinum ticket winners. the three, her and the two other platinum ticket winners do a California Dreamin' trio. Holy shit, is it amazing. So, anyway, all right, I guess I don't want to get muted. I fucking hate that we can't just show shit, but whatever. All right. Enough of that. Well, I can play my fucking songs. I can play my songs. Here. This is when Kevin first discovers Sydney's a little more than he expected.
In the shadows of the web where secrets lie deep, a whisper in the code where digital dreams sleep. Is it Sydney, you ask? A name in the breeze, a revelation unmasked, brings you to your knees. Code name, Sydney. In the silence it speaks.
All right. Enough comedy jokes. What do you want to do tonight? What are we going to look at? Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. CW, Kyle is writing a musical. I'm writing a musical that I started on the live because Suno wrote a song that was good enough that I was like, that sounds like the last song at the end of Act 1 of a musical. And then I thought, hey, wait a minute. This would be a good musical. And so I now have a full outline, 7 or 8 songs. Yeah, and I'm making calls to get it moving. Figure out if we can do something with it. I haven't written it yet. It's a very ADD thing. How is Jank doing? Jank. The last Jank was Jank wishing Joker a good recovery. So we could do a Jank tonight. Do 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 do. Have you heard of bad lip readings, Kyle? Yeah, those are hilarious. I love bad lip readings. Those guys are amazingly talented. Are the voices in your musical consistent from song to song? Nah, and I'm not worried about. All I'm trying to get right now is kind of the emotional pad of the song down. I want to get the lyrics right, and I want to get the sort of feeling of the song right, and I don't really give a shit after that. Like, I think they need to be really good songs. So I want to get a good music director. How do you feel about peeps uploading a LinkedIn profile with a phone number, email to ChatGPT? How do you feel about peeps uploading a LinkedIn profile with a phone number, email to ChatGPT? I don't know what that means, Lori. Uploading a LinkedIn profile, like building a GPT that is based on their LinkedIn profile? I think that's absolutely fine. This is what we're doing in our Content Evolution GPTs, is we put in each person's preferred contact information. Oh, personal information. I mean, I would think there's a slight risk there. You could de-identify shit. So one way that you could de-identify it is do a search and replace and or actually have chat. Well, you wouldn't want to have Chat GPT do it. You could run a local you could run a local large language model to find any identifying information in something you gave, replace it with variables, then send the variables off to OpenAI. So have it de-identified, right? So you replace name with Mickey Mouse, you replace address with 123 Smith Street, whatever, right? Just have ChatGPT do that. And then, I tried to cover up PDF, black it out, and it read it. Yeah, it can't. What's it called? Redacting things. There's about 43 different ways to redact things, and most of the time, these things can figure it out. In fact, was it an OpenAI document? I think it was an OpenAI document. They had redacted parts of it, and the way they did the redaction, it kept the actual word lengths, and so multimodal large language models were able to look at the word lengths and figure out what words were in there. So, I would, if you're concerned about it, I would de-identify it first. I'm not personally all that worried about stuff, but like my pharma clients, I can't do any data out to OpenAI if it's got pharma, if it's for a pharma client. So, but that shit. Listen, in the next 2 years, someone's going to solve the privacy thing. There's a company out of Denver actually called Liminal. And Liminal's really cool. I don't know if their technology works, but the concept is really cool. So what I just described, the de-identifying things, that's what Liminal is. So you upload documents to Liminal. Liminal strips them on their local machines, and then you can send your shit out to third-party large language models, de-identified. You get the answers back, and then it re-identifies all that data. So that's what they do. So, I don't know how secure their shit is. I don't know if they're doing stuff, if they're doing the de-identification locally on your machine, like that would be the safest thing. But there's someone worth checking out is Liminal. I tried to cover it up. Just send them to Frank. Frank will do your large language model work for you. What if it's a booking bot? You have to give your number and email, etc. Yeah, but then it's going to be encrypted at rest, right? So when you give here's the deal. The large language models right now are janky pieces of shit. So they don't have things like basic security measures in them. And so, like, I just assume for right now, anything you send to a third-party large language model is at risk. And then just how important, how destructive would it be if it somehow got out? And as that impact goes up, then I would do less and less, or find other ways to do it, or start playing with open source things and get yourself a graphics card and run some shit locally, or wait for Apple to do something if they ever fucking do something. Anyone make any images for toys and want to pitch them to toy manufacturing companies? Had I not had an invention company in the early 2000s where all I did was pitch toy ideas to toy companies, I would think that would be pretty cool. The toy industry sucks. They are for an industry that is dedicated to happiness and children. They are the most miserable bunch of people. It's just bad. But it's a good idea. I'm actually really excited to see stuff that is designed in Midjourney or whatever, brought to real life in the world. Yeah, I think listen, I think you can pitch lots and lots of ideas with this stuff, so I say go for it. Just got here and opened up live to janky pieces of shit. Perfect. That's where we are right now, so good. Welcome. Welcome, Joy Purdy. What's happening? Do. Oh, you're not sure how to guide people, Lori. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, so it depends on the company, right? So if they've got their information on LinkedIn, does it really fucking matter if they send it to OpenAI? Like, I don't think it does, right? Here's where I go. Where I go is common sense. Because everyone's like, TikTok's going to steal our data or OpenAI is going to steal our data. Kids, do you use Facebook? Do you use Google? That ship sailed 20 years ago. We already gave them all of our data. They've got it all. Right? So can you run image models locally? Yeah, you can. You can. They're slow, but you can. A bunch of the Stable Diffusion stuff you can run locally. I had some Stable Diffusion thing running on my Mac, and I just have an M1, and it took like a minute to generate an image, but it was fine. But I would just use common sense with this stuff. If it's like, contracts with details in it or customer data, that should not go outside the house, right? But if it's something like LinkedIn, like if you've got your contact information on your fucking LinkedIn profile, yeah, send that. I don't think there's a greater risk of it being discovered. I mean, here's the other thing I look at. It's like, is the information that you're putting there something that anyone would actually be interested in? Because I think a lot of people are like, oh, I've got all this information, all this data, and it's, most people aren't going to give two shits about, if it's a small business or, could a competitor maybe get hacky good and get in there and figure out how to do something? Maybe. But, I don't know. I would just use common sense and just, if they really want to use large language models and they really want it to be secure, then you need standalone instances on Microsoft Azure or AWS or Google servers, right? Where you've got sort of a firewall virtual machine in the cloud-based computing with GPUs. And then you run whatever models you can run on it, or you run it locally. If they're really paranoid, you just run things locally. So I think it's like, do an analysis of the data first. Get pragmatic about, does it really fucking matter if it got out? If it doesn't really matter, then just do it. If it really matters, then, look up companies like Liminal and then look into, building your own infrastructure. And if it's big companies, then they're going to absolutely build their own infrastructure. We're trying to figure that out right now with a big pharma company. We're trying to spec out this system, and it's like, are we going to do this? Is it going to be hosted on your shit? Like, what are the requirements here? Because, they're pharma. They're not going to want any of that shit out. Haper is really good, is surprisingly good in video generation, Kyle. Messed with it today. I looked at that like 3 months ago, I thought, and I don't remember it being all that good. Although maybe it's just a different kind of thing. Haper. AI. Generative AI for video content creation. Try for free. Oh, yeah, okay. I wonder if this is built on top of Stable Video Diffusion. Create video with text, animate your image, repaint your video, extend your video. I'm guessing this is sitting on top of Stable Diffusion. About. Do, 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 do. See, I can't get that song out of my fucking head. Are you ready for me? And the wonders I bring. Building through community, video creation features. We're building creation crafted to empower individuals. Tutorial. Haper is an AI research and product company based in King's Cross, London. We believe technology's role is to bring together. We are an AI research company. November 24th, 2023. Wait. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out if they've got their own if they've got their own models or if they're using someone else's. The realm of AI. I think they had AI write this. Oh, a foundation model perspective. Okay. Haper research collaboration. Haper. I can't tell. Doesn't really matter. If it's good, I mean, this looks like it's in the neighborhood of like Leonardo is for video, or like Runway is for video. What I can't tell is this their own model? Like, is this fundamentally different than Stable Video Diffusion? It kind of looks like it's in the Stable Video Diffusion class. I don't know if does anyone know? Yeah, like these are 2-second videos. They look like they're in the neighborhood of that class. Is it free? Let's see more. Let's do a panning shot of a 70s muscle car in an abandoned factory. We'll see if it's fast or if it's like where it is. You've reached the end. They've got styles: old film, watercolor, cyberpunk, arcane, Lego, blur background, Ghibli, steampunk, impressionism. Kind of fun. Where are my glasses? Oh, they're over here. Hang on. Other glasses. Are you ready for me and the wonders I'll bring? Paper is really surprisingly good in video generation. Do-do-do-do-do. Thank you. That was really, really helpful insight on how to approach the topic. Oh, good, Lori. Yeah, and I'm happy to chat. I mean, feel free to reach out, DM me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to chat about that stuff because there's no real good answer right now. Is the answer right now is there's no good answer. But yeah, like I think separating reality, like just sort of painting reality and then separating their actual needs from paranoia is probably the key. Because I think everyone right now is all freaked out. The robots are going to steal all our shit. No one cares. No one's looking at your shit. It's just like if you don't want something to end up like inadvertently in someone else's answer, if they're fine-tuning data, fine-tuning their thing on the data, but do things like turn off the options to have them train on your data. It should help. Is anyone else worried about everything starting to sound like AI wrote it? Oh, it's so bad, Lori. I'm not worried about it. I'm experiencing it in real time. I had some guy today responded to one of my LinkedIn posts, and it was so bad. It was like this long 2-paragraph response to kind of like a nothing post from me. And I just responded to him, I hate AI. It was like this long 2-paragraph response to kind of like a nothing post from me. And I just responded to him, I hate AI. It did a little dip, like someone, like a ghost sat on the hood. Shree? Yeah, this is feeling like stable video diffusion to me. So this is kind of like Leonardo. But it looks like it's free, so that's kind of cool. There's so many fucking tools. There's so many tools. Let's see if Copilot did anything different today. Oh, did you hear about the... Holy shit. Sam Altman and OpenAI and Microsoft announced today they're building the world's largest supercomputer, and they're calling it Stargate. And it's going to take up like massive amounts of, acreage and gigawatts of power. So it's like, holy shit. What is it with these tech companies naming shit that just sounds like sci-fi dystopia? Stargate, the Orb. It's like, are they just fucking with us? Oh, now I heard somewhere here today that Microsoft is giving access to GPT-4 Turbo in Copilot, but maybe it's just in the paid Copilot, which I don't think I have. Let me hit that up. Microsoft Copilot GPT-4 Turbo Copilot Pro. Yeah. And GPT-4 Turbo during non-peak times. Okay. So you can use Copilot from 1 a.m. to 1:45 a.m. on the third Thursday of the second month of the solar solstice. Then you can absolutely use it as much as you want for your $20 a month. Assholes. just go use Google Gemini if you want long context windows, apparently. OpenAI, they gotta fucking launch something soon, because I think people are getting a little cranky. The fact that you can do really long conversations on Claude, and now Gemini's got its thing going, and yeah, just they better get it going, or they're gonna get leapfrogged here. Today I met with a hobby farmer, and he wanted to ask about his water data. I mean, that's a really interesting one, Lori. Like, I mean, maybe there's a big water data competitive thing in the farming thing. I know water rights in Colorado, like people get murdered or you can't even say that word, can you? They get unalived over water rights in Colorado. But like, is it really proprietary data? And does it really if his water data got out in the world, would it destroy him somehow? Like, that's the thing I don't get. I don't have a good answer for you. I would just like, Farmer Bob, really? Water? But listen, people are weird about their data, and sometimes data really does need to be proprietary. In that case, like, I would, figure out, or tell him to figure out how he can get a local model up and running. Because these models now, there's like, sort of point and click or like double clickable installers of large language models. You can put them on Macs with M1s or higher, and any PC with a decent graphics card in it. There's one called GPT for All that I think has Linux, Windows, and Mac installers, and then you can put any model you want in there. He probably doesn't need more than that. Spin up his own Google Colab and just do it up in the cloud, and just run local large language models up there. But again, like, I don't, I would say, rather than going through all that pain in the ass, like, just figure out is the data worth protecting. Oh man. Between Microsoft Surface, Google I/O, and everything else, May is going to be MAI. That's pretty funny. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming. I have a feeling we're about to hear some stuff from OpenAI too in the next. He loved the results. Oh, cool. That's great. Did you use Code Interpreter, Lori? Collect water in barrels. Blue Age, greetings everyone. Greetings to you. He had no qualms. Oh, cool. Water rights in the Southwest are a big deal. Yeah, exactly. They're a really big deal. It was funny. The first time I was fishing with my dad and my friend Dana. We were fishing was it the Blue River? I think it was the Blue River up in near up in the Rockies. And we're walking. I think we had a guide, and we're walking down the river, and there's a steel cable across it, and the guide, like, sort of hiked up the hill around that whole section of river, and we're like, can't we just like walk down the river? And they're like, in Colorado, because of the mining, like gold and silver mining, the laws here are, if you step on someone's property, they can shoot first and ask questions later. And he said, I just don't fuck with that. It's like, oh. So we hiked up around that part of water too. So, whatever. His phone address was on it, but it did great. Oh, that's good. Cool. Perplexity is great until suddenly it stops. All these things are great until suddenly they stop. The thing that is maddening to me about these things lately is, like, they're good for 3 weeks at something, and then you go back the fourth week, and it's like, I don't know how to do that. It's like they went on a drunk bender. It's like they went on a coke bender, and they got back, and they're like, sorry, what did you want me to do? I want you to do the thing you did for the last 3 weeks. It's like, what are you, drunk? What are you doing? You hear about the lawyer that applied for a patent using AI to draft the application? I don't know if I did hear about a lawyer, this like 6 months ago, that put a thing into a judge, and the judge looked at the citations, and none of the citations existed. And he said, "What the fuck is this?" The lawyer is like, "Ah." And here's the deal. If you're a lawyer and you have ChatGPT write your fucking legal brief and you don't proofread it, you're a shitty lawyer. That has nothing to do with ChatGPT. That has to do with you being a butthead. It's like common sense is not common. But I don't know if the patent thing was different than that one I heard about 6 months ago. I haven't heard about that one. I follow a woman who sounds experty who claims that water can be sold acre feet for outrageous sums. Yeah, I don't doubt that, because it's like the water in Colorado, like there's not a lot of aquifers, and like a lot of it is coming from, the snow melt, right? And you got the Continental Divide. And essentially, all of the water that goes west, goes to California, and it doesn't even make it to the ocean anymore. It hasn't for a long time. So it's crazy. Colorado's tougher than Texas. I don't know about that, but you don't fuck around like when like Texas is the same. Like when you get out of the cities, it's like the rules are completely different. And especially if you're walking on land that has even old abandoned gold claims on them, people don't want you on their fucking property. I tell people it's like a hungover employee. It's totally like a hungover employee. That's a great metaphor, Lori. It's like it's the world's best educated clueless intern is the other way I talk about ChatGPT. It's like, you're like, oh my God, it knows everything. And then you're like, write me a business email. And you're like, oh, that sucks. So you're like, oh, right. They're a clueless intern. Okay, let me explain how I want business emails written. I know. That's totally how it is. That's really funny. For water coming soon. There's all sorts of cool, interesting things you can do with water. I think AI is gonna solve a lot of problems. Did we lose the live or just you? No, I kicked you out, Brandon. That was it. You're out of here. What I did was I froze your device remotely using my AI hacking skills. I know 2 lawyers who you essentially quoted verbatim regarding checking sources. Which quote? The one where I said that lawyer was a fucking idiot for not proofreading his legal brief? I mean, I hope you didn't pay more than $20 for that guy. There's that one meme on TikTok. He's like, hey, how much you paying the new guy? And it's always like construction, disasters happening. I feel like it's that meme with lawyers. It's like, hey, how much you paying the lawyers? Oh man, the AI chatbots walk into a bar the night before they have to work. That way they can forget late. Frozen for me too. I'm frozen here too. Oh crap. Lost, down then up, fixed it. Give said kick you out about 4 times. I'm relogging. Yeah, lagging. Might not be his night. It's tempting not to read and just send after generating. I know. We're fine now. You're back. Okay. All right. So what you missed was awesome. There was dancing girls. It was fantastic. There was a fire eater. It was really cool. You didn't see that? It was so good.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
All right, what are we doing? What do you want to do? He told us how to make money with ChatGPT. Korea lady bits. Yeah, exactly. I've still got PTSD from when I almost got banned permanently because of Korea. Best secret AI tool was unveiled. We got 2 years premium access. Just go down, then up to fix it. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Fitty Mint. Hey, brother, what's happening? Good to see you. Show us more about virtual AI. I don't know what you mean, virtual AI. Like virtual machines in the cloud kind of stuff? When mad at my boss, I only allow her to speak to ChatGPT emails. That's brilliant. Isn't it all virtual? We're in the Matrix, baby. Oh, that GPT you showed us last night. Oh, okay, I can talk about that. Isn't Walk AI virtual? You know, if you want to do that, I can show you. I can't show you exactly what we did for Content Evolution, but I can talk about what we did. I did a cool thing. We did a cool thing today, where we. So I created a bunch of custom GPTs. I'm in this group called Content Evolution Collab, and it's like an AI skunkworks. And we created virtual twins of 11 executives within Content Evolution, and now we're doing more. And how we did it was we decided we needed to find a good knowledge source for each person, right? And where we started was LinkedIn profiles. And then we were like, yeah, but LinkedIn profiles aren't really complete. And then we were like, well, if someone's written a book and they've got websites and blogs and shit like that, well, there's a bunch of people that haven't written books and don't have websites or blogs that's good content. And so what we ended up doing was we said, well, why don't we design an interview, and then every single person will do a video recording of that interview, and then we'll use that as the knowledge source. And it does a couple of things. If you get the interview questions right, it gives you a really interesting rounded view of that person's worldview and who they are and what their personality is. And then it's all just about writing a prompt and uploading the transcript of that interview. And then today what we decided was we want to be able to create a GPT that recommends the other GPTs. And so what I did was I went into someone's GPT, one of the virtual twins, and I said, give me a JSON formatted profile of yourself that contains the following things, like your name, your contact information, a description of who you are, the kind of industries that you work in, and the kind of problems that you can solve. You know, that if someone was looking to hire someone, these are the kind of problems you could solve. And it was just like, bang, brilliant, first attempt, perfect JSON, exactly what I was hoping for. And then I just copied that JSON and I just went through all the GPTs and said, here's some example JSON for a profile, for another professional profile. Make one of these for yourself. And out it came. And then we're going to take all that JSON and put that in a PDF. And then that's going to be the knowledge source for the master GPT that will then, someone can go in. We'll figure out how to get it to prompt them to say, you know, here's who you should be talking to, and it'll link to their GPT, but also to them directly. Sherry D, fantastic idea. Yeah, I was pretty excited about that one. Will AI tell you if there's an AI better than it if you ask? Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the problem is, like, where it's going to get its knowledge source for what GPTs are better is going to be just shit it finds on the internet. So what might be more interesting is use a large language model that's connected to the internet, have it go find recent articles comparing large language models, and then have it give you a table comparing the most important attributes of the top 5 large language models. So rather than it recommending one it thinks is better, the thing about large language models right now, like in the list that I provide on the AI Salon for here's tools you should be looking at, there's 9 different large language models. And there's, in my opinion, there's 5 that you should actually be using kind of interchangeably and understand the strengths and weaknesses of them. But there's 9 of them. There's not a best one. There's just not. It's like, if you need it really fast, it's one thing. If you need a really long conversation, it's one thing. If you want to talk to it, it's a different one. Does Content Evolution Collab use the industry term cognitive emulation for the twins? No, but Content Evolution is a fan of big words. So I'm going to write that down because I think it's pretty good. Let's see. Cognitive emulation. That's interesting. Virtual twins, the reason we went with virtual twins, it's not really accurate because it's not really a virtual twin. It's basically a glorified interactive interview. Like, you know. But virtual twins been around in the simulation world for like 20 years. And you know, we kind of know what they are. And it, even though it's not quite accurate, it's like, it's fine. Because the minute I say, oh, I've got a virtual twin, people are like, oh, that's cool. I'd like to try that. Like, they know right what it is, right? If you say, you know, we've created a GPT using OpenAI's custom GPT on the GPT-4 protocol, and we've created a cognitive emulation of the professionals within Content Evolution. Oh, bring me a bucket. You know, it just doesn't roll off the tongue like, hey, I got a digital twin. You want one? Will AI tell you? Oh, we did that one already. Mr. K's in here. What's happening, Mr. K? What's shaking? What's going down? Interesting. I'm able to beta test an AI for educators trained for research and data through ISTE. Is it good? Do you like it? What's it called? Should we go look at something? What you want to do, people? What do you want to do? What are the top 5 LLMs? Here, we can go. I'll go walk you through them. This is fun. I haven't done this in a while. Okay, so wait, before we do that, let's go here. Yeah, there. Go to the salon.ai. If you're new here, if you don't know about the AI Salon, go to the salon.ai and it'll take you to a link tree. The top link, the top button is the AI Salon community, and that will jump you over here. And you can learn about the salon and how we're a group of really cool, sassy motherfuckers. A community of extraordinary adventurers exploring the AI unknown. The AI Salon is a ragtag group of misfits, ne'er-do-wells, and miscreants who have gathered to explore the uncharted wilderness of generative AI. We are everyone, from entrepreneurs to educators, from healthcare workers to creatives, and everyone in between. And then we have the values down here are who we want in the community and who's actually in the community. So curiosity, generosity, people willing to share what they're learning, exploration. You know, you can be afraid of this stuff, but like being cynical in here doesn't fly, because it's like new stuff comes out. It's like, let's go try that thing out. Let's go try it out. Let's go try it out. Collaboration, inclusion, empathy is really big, right? People are afraid. People are angry. Gratitude. If you're in a community of people that really support one another, having an active mindset around gratitude is really important. So that's who this community is. If that sounds interesting, then come in. And the first place you should go is under the community section, introduce yourself. There's an introduce yourself button. Go be generous and introduce yourself. Use your real name. We're encouraging people to use their real names because we want people to build relationships. I think being in community is probably the single most important thing you can do for your career moving forward. I can go on about that, but I want to show you the top 5 LLMs. So go there, introduce yourself, and then right below introduce yourself is this thing called AI Launchpad and Tools. And this is a list that I personally maintain. And it's got, this is kind of my list of the things that I feel are not a waste of your time. If it is a waste of your time, I'll take it off this list. There is one notable exception on this list, which is X.com's Grok is really horrible, except they just announced that Grok 1.5 is coming out in the coming days. So Grok might not suck, but it's, I just figure at some point Grok's not going to suck, and Elon Musk is going to make sure of that. So everything else on this list is stuff that is worth you learning. But the first thing I start with in my tool list is not tools. It's how to get AI literate in an environment where you can't possibly keep up and where the tools are changing on a weekly basis, sometimes a daily basis. It's kind of ridiculous. So the first thing is just play. I start it right out with the tools right now are janky pieces of shit, so give yourself permission to have a good time. Try things you never would have imagined. So just go play. In the workshop that I just gave here in Denver, I introduced the concept of you should play in your skill vacuums. And a skill vacuum is that thing that you can't do. Maybe you've always wanted to, or maybe you just assume you'd never be able to. Like maybe programming is that for you, or maybe creating art is that for you, or creating music. Figure out where your skill vacuums are and go play with AIs that do that really well. And just watch how quickly you get competent at shit you never thought in your life you'd be competent at. And then solve is, rather than think about what can I use AI to do, go seek out problems, especially from other people, and say, hey, can I help you solve that problem? And then use AI to solve that specific problem. It'll dramatically accelerate your learning. And then the third thing is share what you're learning. Share it in the AI salon, share it on LinkedIn, share it at dinner parties, share it with your family. Yeah, but they'll think I'm weird. Fuck them. Sharing does two things. I keep saying this is my favorite community. I'm playing way above my skill vacuum. Pate's awesome. Sharing does two things. It anchors what you're learning, right? Because if you have to articulate, like even if what you share is, hey, I went to ChatGPT, I tried to get it to do this, and it failed miserably. If you share that, you actually have to articulate, like, why it failed, like failed how, it makes you think about it, right? So you actually learn the shit better. The other thing it does is it establishes you as someone who's competent with AI. Even though everyone right now, 100% of the people, I promise you, do not feel competent with AI because it's moving too fast. Like, I feel competent with the concepts of AI, but the individual tools, Every time I think I have one mastered, I log back into that website and they've changed the interface, or they launch some new model, or some other company launches some model, and then now I run over there. So it's just like we're like running back and forth between all these new tools. So just share what you're learning, and then as people get more and more hungry for people that know what they're doing, you will be one of those. How do you know? Wait, how do you know if you're behind in AI? You don't have a $20 ChatGPT subscription. That's pretty much it. Okay, so here are the top LLMs. I'll sort of walk through the ones I think are worth your while. The first one is ChatGPT. And as was just pointed out, in my opinion, if you can at all afford the $20 a month for ChatGPT, it is the best deal in software probably in history. And what I've done here is I've bullet pointed out all of the different things it can do. Like, did you know? So one of the things that they say large language models are bad at is math. But ChatGPT has this thing in it called Code Interpreter, which can take like data from a CSV file and write and execute its own Python code to update and do data analysis on that CSV file. Did you know it could do that? And because it can write and execute Python code, it can do math, right? ChatGPT can't, but Code Interpreter can. GPT Vision. Did you know you can upload a picture of a whiteboard drawing to ChatGPT and ask it what it is, and it can figure it out? And then all sorts of other things. I had a guy took my custom GPT that gives drink recipes called Sin City Sipper, and he was having a Super Bowl party, and he took a picture of his liquor cabinet, and he uploaded it to ChatGPT, to Sin City Sipper, and he said, based on the booze in my liquor cabinet, come up with 50 Super Bowl cocktails and create a menu, and then give me the detailed recipe for each of those 50 cocktails and pictures. And he said the Super Bowl party was a smash. People absolutely loved it. Or your food pantry. Yeah, to see what's for dinner. Exactly. Yeah, take a picture of an apple, an onion, and a hot dog. Have it give you a recipe. Today I learned that OpenAI is not competent in horizontal scroll. Yeah, exactly. That was pretty funny. That was really funny. All right. So let's keep going here. So anyway, learn ChatGPT 4. Like, pay the $20 and learn what it can do. Learn what it can do. And I can, if anyone wants to see this stuff, I'm happy to like show some of these things. It's crazy. But let's go through some of the other large language models. Okay, Claude. Claude's been updated to 3.0. Claude has a 200,000 context token window, which means it's got a memory of 150,000 words. Explain Sin City Sipper as a GPT. Okay, I'll do that. I'll show it. Basically, you can have a much longer conversation with Claude than you can have with ChatGPT. Now, Claude is not multimodal. Claude is not connected to the internet. But Claude right now, Claude 3, has 3 different models. Haiku, which is really fast and really small. Sonnet, which is kind of their middle one. And Opus, which is their big one. People are pretty consistently over the past 2 weeks talking about Claude being their favorite large language model now. Like they like it better than ChatGPT. So there's that. ChatGPT would say, what the hell am I supposed to do with 3 Doritos and a hot dog? I bet it would have you crumble them up and bread your hot dog and deep fry it. That's what I would do. Gemini Advanced, if you go to gemini.google.com, I actually should update this. You can play with Google's new advanced model called Gemini Ultra, but frankly, I think that sucks. But there is a version of Gemini Pro 1.5 Can you demo Claude for us? Yeah, I can demo Claude. It doesn't look super sexy, but I'll jump over there and do it, and I'll show you a couple of things on it. So anyway, Google Gemini Pro 1.5 and go to the AI Studio, aistudio.google.com, and you can play with Gemini Pro 1.5. It's got a 1,000,000 token context window. It's remarkable. Perplexity, think of Perplexity kind of like somewhere between a Google search and ChatGPT. Really interesting, really powerful if you're doing research. Microsoft Copilot is like free ChatGPT. It's not as good, but it can do images using DALL-E. It can do, it's GPT-4 sitting under the hood. Pi from Inflection is download the app, the Pi app, Pi, and put it in conversation mode. It is designed to be a conversational app. It's amazing. They just got their 2 co-founders and most of their staff poached by Microsoft. Reid Hoffman, who's the 3rd co-founder, who's still there, said Pi is still going to keep going. So we've at least had someone say that they're not, sunsetting Pi. But that's a drag there. Grok.ai is a waste of time right now. Llama 2's fine, but you have to be into the open source movement and be geeky for the most part. And then Poe.com is really interesting because you can play with lots and lots of different models. Now, what else is on this list? I'm not going to go through all these. There's image creation tools, a whole pile of them. There's video creation tools that are categorized. There's music tools. There's 3D tools. There's a couple of promising announcements like OpenAI's Sora, LTX Studio, and Emo is this sort of a live lip syncing thing that looks really good. So those could be coming, and then there's people to follow. So that's that list. So if you're looking to get started, there's the next 3 months of your life. All right, let's go to Claude. So if you go to Cloud, hello Cloud. Do your best work with Cloud. You can build, they've got an API that you can build things with. And again, people have been sort of gushing over Haiku, their little small, efficient model. That is like better than ChatGPT 3.5 and super cheap and super fast. What's interesting here, it's unfucking believable. Every time I go into one of these things, they've got a different flipping interface. They used to have the model. They used to have what model you'd use here. But anyway, we can do, so I'll do like my favorite parlor trick is, and I'm logged in, weird. My favorite parlor trick is explain quantum mechanics in an M wrap. And then out it will come. Okay, here's the model. So I have to be in a chat before I can see that. Listen up, let me break it down. Quantum theory is profound. Particles acting crazy. Schrodinger's cat, both dead and around. So that's pretty good. It's a little slow. I'm using Claude 3 Opus, so you can use any of the 3 models. Sonnet is the middle one, so it should be much faster than that. So I say, explain, should have copied and pasted this, quantum mechanics in an M wrap. Copy. Let's see how this does. Yeah, that's faster. Yo, listen up. Let me break it down. The quantum realm where it's all upside down, particles acting crazy, defying the laws of classic physics, time to pause. I think this is actually better than the Opus one was. And then let's flip over to Haiku, which is the really small, efficient one. And this should be really fast. Zoop. in theory, should be worse. Listen up, I'm about to drop some knowledge on the weird world of quantum mechanics. Yo, it's no college. That's pretty bad. Particles behave like waves. It's straight up bizarre. Heisenberg said you can't know both position and momentum. That's the deal. Yo, that's the score. Yeah, this is pretty bad. But that's okay. Like, it was fast, right? It's fast and cheap. The other thing you can do with Claude, let me go back to Opus, is I can go grab really long articles. I'm trying to think where I can grab a long article. Let me go. Public domain Shakespeare. Do we have the whole thing? The entire play on one page. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go scroll through this whole. I don't know what play I grabbed. Which one was it? Merchant of Venice. Okay. So here's the Merchant of Venice. So Claude, because it's got a 200,000 token context window, you can just paste in super long documents. You can also upload documents. So there's a paperclip there. So you can upload stuff to it. So I can just paste it in, and if it's too long, what it does is it just pops it in here as like a pasted document. So it's just like you're uploading a document. Copy and paste some long ass thing you wrote, or some, non-sensitive manual from work, and then I can just go, give me a summary of this as if it were a Hollywood blockbuster. And so now it's going to go read all of The Merchant of Venice. And they have the worst animation. It looks like a bug splatting on your windshield every time I see it. Go. In this thrilling adaptation of the Shakespeare classic, The Merchant of Venice, the bustling city of Venice sets the stage for a gripping tale of love, loyalty, and revenge. Antonio, a wealthy merchant, finds himself desperate situation. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let me stop this. Can I stop this? How do I stop it? Oh, okay. Let's say, describe the main characters and what happens write a haiku for each description and nothing else. This should be fun. Conversations with long prompts may take a few moments. But if you haven't played with long documents, because you can sort of do this in ChatGPT, you can upload long documents to ChatGPT. The problem with ChatGPT is it's got a short context window, so the actual conversation part of your conversation with ChatGPT, it'll forget shit. Claude doesn't do that. Antonio, a merchant. Ships lost, flesh as collateral, friends love saves his life. Oh, this is really cool. Bassanio, Antonio's friend, borrows money to woo Portia, chooses the right casket. Portia, the wealthy heiress, bound by her father's will, disguises... Wait, what is it? Is it 575? Portia, a wealthy heiress. Oh, 757. Bound by her father's will, sort of. Disguises as a lawyer to save Antonio, sort of. All right. They aren't good at math. Like counting syllables, not so good. But you know. But anyway, that's Claude, and it can do code. It can do markdown, like write and a medium. Let's see, a medium article. Oh my goodness. And format using markdown. Someone on my team went last year. Google Next is more for our stuff. Let's see, did it do it? No, it didn't. All right. Well, see, some things it doesn't do as well as ChatGPT, like formatting stuff. It's not doing that very well. It brought our little haikus over though. That's kind of cool into our article. But it can write code and do all sorts of stuff. So anyway, go play with it. It's just it's nearly identical to the base function of ChatGPT. ChatGPT just has all that other stuff it does. Message from a user in the mod channel. Let me go check that out. I want you to see this, Kyle. What is Microsoft Copilot? Yeah, Copilot's on the list. Copilot's another good one. I mean, if you copilot.microsoft.com, if you can't afford the $20 a month for ChatGPT, copilot.microsoft.com. If you can't afford the $20 a month for ChatGPT, go use Copilot, because Copilot's good. You can flip it into more or less creative modes. In any of the modes, you can ask it to make an image, like make me an image of a chubby dog singing with a guitar. I'm getting underwhelmed again. Last time I said that, Sora was announced. Yeah, I know. I'm right there. I'm right there with you, Joker. There's like a new feature came out on ChatGPT yesterday, which is a bit of a snooze. But the image generation here is using DALL-E 3, which is cool. And they've done some nice things, like you can change it, like that's a little sketch. You can change it to pixel art, for example, and it'll recreate that image in pixel art, right? So they're doing some decent interfacey kind of stuff. I mean, I gotta say, Microsoft is acting more like a startup right now than fucking Apple is, which I cannot, I just can't believe it. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Joker. Now say with a Gibson guitar. Let's see. Watch this. Make the guitar a Gibson SG Electric. Let's see. A red Gibson SG Electric. It should tell us to go fuck ourselves here. Oh, it said I'll try to create that. Oh, look at that, Joker. I guess. Well, maybe it'll fail it when it when it actually makes the image. We'll see. Did I read that open source version of Grok was released with no guardrails? Maybe worth it for that. Oh, it did it. That's a Gibson SG, a red Gibson SG. Take that, Joker. So much for your theory that Microsoft sucks. Why can I not? Why can I not go to the next image? Oh, that's cool. You can recreate it in landscape after the fact. Oh, that's new. Wait, landscape is new for ye old Copilot. We'll see if it kept the same actual dog in the middle, if it did out painting, or if it redid it. It's a completely different picture. Yeah, that was not good. That was bad. Can I revert? Oh, undo. Yep. Oh no. Well, it was the same dog, but it's a different pose, right? Interesting. Let's do steampunk. They lowered the guardrail, it seems. Yes, I've heard of these things too. I do like that loading animation. Yeah, like this is getting better, I gotta say. That's not quite steampunk, but let's make it. Can we make this one? Oh, this is another cool thing they've got. Now, can I shift select these? Yes. So they're using a thing called there's a library that Meta put out called Segment Anything. So notice when I roll over the image, all of these objects are selectable. So I can select the dog, and then I can hold down the shift key and select the guitar, and then I can select the speaker, and then I can select the microphone and the stand. And so now I've got all of the foreground elements highlighted, and now I can blur the background. Or I can, let's see, boom, 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 bam, bam. I can do color pop, which makes him in color and all the shit in the background not in color. Isn't that cool? We can't even do that in Photoshop. I know. Although, wait, what was the thing that I saw 2 days ago? Was it Photoshop? I can't remember if it was an Adobe thing. I think it was an Adobe thing. You're going to be able to select an object like this and just say remove it, or just move it to a different part of the image, or just resize it in the image. You're going to be able to just we are within 6 months of being able to manipulate images at the object level. It's going to be wild. Where you can just grab shit and go, make it purple, make it a truck, make it a whatever. Put more clouds here. Just grab some clouds and slide them over, and then it just will fix everything. I hate Meta in general, but they are doing really great things for open source AI. Yeah, Pate, if they indeed put Llama 3 out as open source, as true commercially available open source, that's going to be huge. Because the amount of compute they're throwing at training Llama 3 is just sick. So cool. Canva does it. I hate Meta in general. Can you upload that image to animate from audio? I don't think so. But it's a question is, can I copy this and go? I'll have Photoshop open, new. Nope. I can't just copy that. Can I remove the background? I don't think I can. Yeah. Well, there you go. Anyway, so yeah, so Copilot is getting less sucky. It's been pretty shitty for a year after they lobotomized it after the New York Times incident. I'll show you. You want to see? Well, no, it doesn't matter. It's a subtle thing. I have an interface pet peeve between Copilot and this thing they call Notebook. Oh, and I just lost Copilot anyway. All right. About half of my team was formerly Meta, other half mostly Amazon. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. I had ChatGPT create generic whiskey. My kids today actually said they thought there was something cool with AI, and I'm like, do tell, because I've been trying to get them to think AI is cool for like a year. And they said, Ollie said that one of his friends said some beer company used AI to figure out a way to make cheap beer taste better. And it worked, which I thought was pretty cool. Do a pic of Frank eating an onion while sitting on an apple, please. Let's see. Okay, that's actually a pretty good challenge. I gotta go find a Frank. Let me go get a screenshot of Frank. We'll do this. We'll do this in Midjourney. All right, so let me go find Frank. The fuck is this? Go. What is happening? Hang on. I gotta brighten my screen. I can't see. Oh, there we go. Frank, where are you? This is desktop. I think Frank is here. Is he not?
And I think it's important.
Must be in downloads. Yeah. All right, there's Frank.
Hey, it's the Daily Jank with Frank. It's March 25th, 2024. Frank.
Okay, there's Frank. So we're going to go take a picture of ye old Frank. Now, wait, did I save that to the desktop or the clipboard? Let's do it to the desktop. Okay, so now let's go to Midjourney. I'm going to go to Midjourney, the website, because I have access now, yay, to the web version of Midjourney where I can make images here. Oh, this is one I did today for my AI office hours. I took, can I make this bigger? Yeah, I took that image, and so I used that as the character reference. And then I said, cinematic photograph portrait of a cyborg cop feeling out of place on a vacation cabin on a mountain lake during a beautiful sunset. So it gave him a little curly hair. All right. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to go plus, and I'm going to upload Frank. So we got Frank in there. So, and then the way the web interface works here, let me make it bigger so you can see it. So you upload an image, and now, let's see, use that as an image prompt. So I could just upload multiple images to use as the prompts. Actually, that could be interesting. Put Frank in there, and let's go try that. Hang on, people. We're going to do something fun here. Okay, I'm going to go to photo. What did you say? Sitting on an apple? Frank with an onion? What was the thing? Photo of an apple. Let's see. Apple. Images. All right, there's a photo of an apple. So let's just grab that. Eating an onion while sitting on an apple. Okay, so let's see. Let's There's so many options here. All right, I'll do. So the first thing I'll do is I'll do. Oh, sorry. Hey, welcome to Chat ADD. Okay, here's what I was explaining before I got distracted with a new idea. So I upload an image, and then if you have it on this picture icon, it means you're using this image as the prompt. If you do this paperclip icon, that's a style reference. And if you do this dude icon, that's a picture reference. So if I click the picture reference, this is the same as in Discord using --cref and then the URL for this image. But in the web thing, they just give it interface, which is nice. So I'm going to say studio quality photograph of a hot dog named Frank eating an onion sitting on an apple waiting for the director of the commercial to show up. And then the other thing you can do here, which is kind of cool, they have this little, whatever you call it, attributes, whatever. So I can do it wide or I can do it tall. We'll do landscape, but we won't do quite that wide. We'll do like a 4x3. And then let's just make it happen. All right, so there we go. We're off doing it. The cowlick is the thing that was out of place that it emphasized. The cowlick? What are you talking about? You weirdos? You're talking about cowlicks? These are funny. Oh, Frank's got a bikini top on there. This didn't do very good. They did Frank bad. Oh, my hair. Yeah. These are kind of cool. There were some cool ones in here. That's a fucked up one. Wearing a face on the back of his head. Anyway, that Frank sucked. So, all right, folks, listen, it's getting late here. I'm sure it's late where you are. I don't know where y'all. Oh, don't forget about Sin City Sipper. All right, I'll do one quick Sin City Sipper. What was I going to show there? I was going to show what it was. So if you're brand new to GPTs, they have these things now. If you get the ChatGPT Plus subscription, they've got these things called GPTs, which are customized versions of ChatGPT. And if I say explore GPTs, I can go search through them. They got a bunch here. Oh, it looks like my internet's sucking. They got a bunch here that you can sort of scroll through and use. And my very first one I created, is one of my faves. It's called Sin City Sipper. And it's a Vegas bartender with a twist on the classics. And so there's Sin City Sipper. And so this is just like ChatGPT, except it's specialized to just make drinks. And you can even make mocktails. So the last little pre-prompted question here is, I'm a teetotaler. Make me a classy mocktail. Let's do that one. And you click on that. Although I should do an Easter cocktail, shouldn't I? Night, Jerry. ChatGPT being slow tonight. I doubt they're uploading servers tonight. It might just be sucking. Let me stop it and try it again. Oh, it's not behaving. Let me reload the page. Maybe you should make an Easter cocktail. I think so. But this is not looking good. This is looking crashy. There's my virtual twin. CE public profile or CE profile. AI marketing strategist. Yeah, this is bad. This is very slow, people. Very slow. Sin City. Make me a whiskey-based Easter cocktail. We'll see if we can get it. Okay, now it's working. Seeking a whiskey whisper from the east, are we? Let's blend the I can't talk. Good Lord. The warmth of whiskey with the vibrant essences of the Orient to create something truly mesmerizing. Oh, I said an East cocktail. Oops. Stop. I meant Easter. That's really funny. An Easter-themed whiskey cocktail. Let's blend the cozy warmth of whiskey with the fresh, spirited vibes of spring to hatch an Easter delight that's sure to become a tradition. The Easter Whiskey Spritz. Oh, God, this sounds awful. 2 ounces of whiskey, an ounce of fresh carrot juice. For a touch of the Easter Bunny's favorite, half an ounce of lemon juice, which would probably help it, a little bit of honey syrup, a dash of orange bitters. And then what this does, so it gives you a drink, it gives you the instructions on how to make it. And then what it does is it actually makes you the image of the drink itself. So if you put an ounce of carrot juice in that drink, I don't think it's going to be that clear. That one doesn't look very real. But for the most part, they look pretty real. But that's Sin City Sipper. So that's what GPTs are. They're incredibly easy to make. If you want to make one, you just go to Explore GPTs and you say create. And then in this create mode, you literally go, I want a GPT that will make song lyrics for someone no matter what they ask. And that's it. And now it's going to make me a GPT. See, it says it's updating the GPT. Here's the little preview over on the right where you can play with it. This will be done in like a minute, not even 30 seconds. How about calling it the lyricist? All right, I have a personalized thing, so I can say, why is the sky blue? And it should just give me song lyrics. And it's not. So it didn't work. But normally it works. It's normally much better than this. I'm so glad I quit drinking. Yeah, that drink recipe was pretty bad. All right, everyone. Listen, I'm getting out of here. Do me a favor. Follow the channel. Subscribe to the lives if you want to support it, or you can pick up the video series in one of the corners there. Have yourself a good Saturday night, or Friday night. Have yourself a good Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you very much. Thank you, T-Rock. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to think what else. Just keep coming back to these things. This is the whole point of this. Sometimes these are a blast. Sometimes they're boring as shit. I have a feeling tonight was in that neighborhood. It's all right. Here's what's important. Just keep showing up. Just keep in the conversation about AI, and things will start to change for you. In a good way. In a good way. It's a lot less scary than it may seem if you're feeling clueless. The osmosis will happen. So, Danielle, I think you have a birthday coming up tomorrow, right? So, happy pre-birthday, and to everyone else, good to see you. Thank you, subscribers. Thanks, irregulars, for showing up here night after night. And thank you, mods, for doing what you do night after night. Laughing Thunder, good to see you. Danielle, happy birthday. Dr. J, Against the Norm. Tobias, good to see you as always. A Human Being. Joy Purdy. What's up, Talk? Sky Limbo. Dr. J. I think I said Dr. J already. Soul Cycle Lady. Wait, what? I don't know how to say your name. There Gunny Ret. There'll Gunny Ret. The real Gunny Ret. Got it. Use capital letters in your name and it will be easier to read. Against the Norm, good to see you. Aloha to yourself, thank you. Sherry D, good to see you. T-Rock, Amanda H, so long. All right, everybody, Forever Hooked. Thank you all of you so much for coming and hanging out. Dr. J got 2 magic mirror call-outs. Vicky, good night. I'm going to go take a nap. I think some people call it sleep, but there's no sleep in AI. Peace out, everybody. Thanks. Bye.